Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to our Let's Play of EU4 with RedBstrd as Persia. We're about to embark on a war with Ottomans. Just taking an overview of our tech. I think we're going to wait till military tech 28. As soon as we have the points, we'll get that. And we're just waiting for this diplomat back. Their mission is conquer southern Greece. Good luck with that, guys. And their allies won't help them out. We're going for imperialism because the cost is lower. And call in Commonwealth, we're not going to. Go ahead and hit them there. Here. Here. Oh, they have a fort there. That's not going to help them because even though it's a level 8 fort, we don't need that province. We don't need anything from there. And we're not occupying these provinces or these ones yet, so let's send some guys over for that purpose. And if they retreat, then these armies will hopefully stack wipe retreating Ottoman forces. We're going to give them military access. And these are highlands, so they'll perform a little bit better. But I don't think they're going to perform well enough to win the battle. Goes toward me as well. And we'll send these guys over there. Might as well move this fleet around to blockade that port. And let's go ahead and get into general area. He's pretty good. Looks like that's where they were retreating. We're gonna hit them in the mountains here before they get morale. See if we can catch them. They do have superior numbers. Their prestige is low. All I have to do is win. This is a bit risky chasing them, you know, into 2-1 odds, but if they retreat up here, it doesn't matter. Yep, and that looks to be what's going to happen. Alright, so we don't need these guys, we're going to send them back down here. Protect that territory. And that should be a wrap. Yep. They still have forces in Ottoman Australia. And they've got little colonies on islands all over the place. Try to pick up this guy. We're working on improving relations here. Why don't we influence them? And Ceylon is nowhere near here. It's over in India. Okay, this is not something that we necessarily want to give to our Dhimmi. We can't. We could give it to the merchant guilds. Okay, this army will... We'll keep it in Cairo. But this general was Siege of 2. Why don't we put him in charge of this force? Move it up there. Actually, it's gonna surrender anyway. This just guarantees it. Just have a few more. Okay, we're up to 180 here. We could also send them a gift. And then next month we could vassalize them. And see if this has fallen. We only have 53 war score, but now that we have their capital, we'll have a ticking war score. So we got an army there, army here. Send those guys there, leave these guys here, leave these guys here. And we should have a good distribution, except for... Need some more troops down in India. I wanted to get that done before we signed a peace deal because I didn't want any aggressive expansion, lowering their opinion of us. Not that that's a huge concern. We'll call them at Devil's Kith and Kin. It was a little bit of concern. And the reason why it's not a big concern is that they're Sunni. And they should be Catholic, yeah. Okay, let's see where there's still places we might need to add to our Dhimmi. Still stuff down here. Okay, were we coring that? We're still coring it, because we couldn't make a state. That goes toward Dhimmi, so does that. This one, we haven't... Why? We're still coring this one. That's what the hang-up is. Our Ulama wants a little bit more territory. We could give him some of this stuff once the war is over. I would leave this fleet here. It's more likely to be of use there. And now that we have all this territory, we have a fleet just hanging out here, we could split it up, send these half to hunt pirates, and the Ragusa node, and these half be hunting pirates in the Alexandria node. So Tunis can still raid these provinces, and they might have enough range to get over to Constantinople. We'll keep an eye out for that, see if that's the case. Let's top off relations there, improve relations here. Improve relations there. And we're just waiting for more taking war score. Okay, we needed something else for Ulama, though. I guess Ibram. Oh, we converted that. Oh, it was converted by an event. That's right. I remember when that happened. I wasn't excited about it. I finally got rid of that overextension. I'll move these armies up here and there. That way they can intervene here or protect here as needed. We won't have any forces in this recently conquered territory. But we can move this one over and this one over. And once we get one of these diplomats back from topping off those relations, we'll see how much stuff we can take. I just said no rush again because we're waiting on taking war score. So we can get more stuff. And we get better cavalry. We're going to prioritize offensive shock. And it also gives us offensive fire, so that's great. That's where cavalry is going to be good at. Looks like the Ottomans aren't confident enough in their abilities to try landing any troops. And I'm sure that they're going to have fairly high liberty desire after this, unless the Ottomans have been pumping a lot of money into developing, a lot of monarch points into developing them. We can get that up to 15 more. So around 78, depending on how... Yeah. Rounding, how the fractions work. Okay, so what do we want from them? I don't like them having capital in the Highlands. We'd need 93 worth of stuff, and that would put us far overextended. How do we leave them with those two? Maybe that. Wondering if we take some of that stuff from... So we could wait on a little bit of war score. We could get that from them. I think 92 overextension, we're not overextended at all. So that'll leave us with one more war over here. Possibly something like Commonwealth or Hungary might snatch this territory up. Or we could even force them to release Bulgaria. We would need more war score. that's unacceptable. They remove Makuria from the map, we get more manpower. I'll wait for something else to pop up if it does. Or Ulama wants something, we can give him this stuff. We'll give him both of these. I'll just start converting away all of those Sunnis. Just need one more war against Ottomans. Next one, we could probably take this stuff, that, and this. Gotta see what their liberty desire is now. This is really high development, so I think they have been developing them to keep the liberty desire down. We could add more states. The only one we really wanted to do it to is here. Control the cotton trade. Good for us. Just core everything we can in here. And you get to go to the Demi. You as well. We can afford him, so let's go for the +3 for relations. This guy. Oh, I'm gonna go for the land maintenance modifier, -10%. That takes up most of our cash, we're barely making any left. We'll take lower taxes, because that's just this one province. Seek their support. And get some admin points. It's only 100. Love having 9 accepted cultures. We should be able to get one more, so 10 is a maximum, unless we do something crazy with policies. There might be some policies. And we could use some of our excess Diplo points to try making more cash, or possibly some other stuff. Could produce missionary strain. Yeah, we could get a lot more here. A lot more money. Why don't we do that? Let's pass both these and see how much extra cash. So we're losing 2.61. Yeah, so that increased our income by 35 per month. And once our overextension goes down, we should be making even more cash off of that. We'll be trading a bunch of the goods. Alright, we got some lazy diplomats. Avoid. Did we improve relations? We did. Austria. Stop off relations with you. Bohemia. Tunis. If you raid us one more time, we're just going to invade you. Why I'm feeding... Oh. We're going to have to decline that. Why I keep feeding our Demi is I want their influence to get higher. I was hoping that their loyalty would get higher than this, but we're very pious, so that's dropping. Because if they get more influence, and they have 60 or higher loyalty, we could get technology cost. Once they get up to 40 influence or higher, we can lighten their tax burden, give them 25 loyalty and 10 influence. Okay, we're going to have to increase trust with people because we dishonored an alliance. Sorry about that, Scandinavia. I had to choose between our allies. And Commonwealth is our preferred ally. Hey, we'll make our ulama happier and more influential. Now we could try vassalizing somebody else. They have one of their cores, so that's not going to work unless they've lost the core. No. Okay, who else could we possibly vassalize? We could do them through force, of course. But we have some of their cores, don't we? No. It'd be hilarious to vassalize somebody like Spain, but that's not going to work. Have some of their cores. Could get them as a protectorate. Yeah, why don't we do that? Pull this guy back from Austria. Eventually they will become technologically advanced. Let's see how long this video's been going on. 23 minutes, so we'll keep it going. Okay, just one more province, Soba. Only, yeah, give us 100. I don't want to give them too much more influence because of events, and we don't desperately need Diplo points, so let's just stick with the 100. We're already 10 years ahead of time and almost at our cap. Could start culturally converting people. And maybe we'll do that. Look for some cultures that we don't accept and start culturally converting them. Rival our rivals, Scandinavia. Yeah, we'll improve relations there. Should have cashed in these favors for trust before we dishonored the alliance. Okay, cultural conversion. And we put the ones that are unaccepted. This will upset Yemen. We're going to do Tunisian for now. We might get them as an accepted culture. Ooh, Cindy. Who would that upset? Just want to make sure that that wouldn't upset Delhi. What's their culture? Rajput. And Hindvi. Yeah, Hindvi. I don't think they would much care. Tunisian. Get rid of Serbian. Well, it's still in Kosovo because that's a gold mine. We could get more of the Dagestani stuff. So Tunisian we're going to keep because we might conquer more of Tunis if they keep raiding us. And then we just accept that as a culture. Okay, Sindhi. What else do we have after that? Okay, so it's really those two. And this Nubian stuff. And then there might be some newly conquered stuff. Well, most of this we're never going to culturally convert because it's going to remain a different religion. Omanis is great power. Good for them. And as usual, we're going to prioritize the stuff that gives us overextension. Okay, Scandinavia. Let's try to get those relations a bit higher. We can do that by sending a gift. And letting some time pass would help. You'll probably accumulate some debt. We don't want Jake to die. It's named after a subscriber. Okay, Vlachio. Could improve relations here a little bit more. Improve relations there. And we stopped working on Austria, so let's improve relations there. Well, let's go ahead and get Soba. The reason why I'm doing that is that this thing should go away. Right? Okay, France wants us to help them out in a war, we will accept. A little bit of unrest isn't going to affect us much. And I don't think we'll actually render any assistance unless we see that they need it. Years ahead of time here. How much are we making? 8 per month. We'll see how close we get to the cap. And then we could do some more cultural conversions. Unless there's any that really stand out as something that we should be doing. I want to do that Nubian one first. I'll wait on the rest of those Cindy. Okay, Platinum, that's imperfectly. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to clear my throat on a hot mic, but something was just stuck in my throat. Consequence of talking too long at one stretch time. Fifth place diplomatic rank. We should upgrade these ships. Almost certainly got the cash for it. And I always let our allies increase spy network in our country because they're not going to do anything malevolent towards us, even if they do have a spy network. See if we can get some more trade income. We've got a bunch of guys. A bunch of cash sitting around. Doing nothing. That's not worth the cost. That certainly is. We're spending a lot of cash on this. Some of these might be worth it. But we're going to prioritize the ones that give us the biggest returns. Okay, that's all the cash I want to spend at the moment. Actually, maybe we should do some of these counting houses as well. You get like 0.93 ducats per month. Wish there was a list somewhere we could just do it on the biggest returns. I think a lot of these places with centers of trade where we've built manufactories are going to give us a lot of cash in return. So we'll check back on this one later. We could give this to our merchant guilds. The reason why is I want to get their loyalty up a little bit more quickly. So that we can extract some cash from them. And we're now making 70 ducats per month. I really should pay attention to what it says about our coast being raided. Those are usually pop-ups I simply ignore. Let's see that they've devastated these two areas. So increased our income by 5 ducats per month, which isn't a huge amount, but it's something. Keep losing generals. One in Europe. Let's get one down here. Do we want those half of our cash? I guess we have to. A general there. And let's get a general up here. Okay, we got a rival of our rival again. War should be down here somewhere, maybe? I don't know. In India. Yeah, okay, it's Malwa. Malwa doesn't like us, maybe we should take that one. We'll think about it. And we can get 5 more ships. Wondering how we rank in military, naval. Maybe we should start expanding our fleet here. Just as a matter of pride. Okay, who else might like us? Oh, do we still have rivals? We can get a couple more, possibly Bamanis. Can we send them an insult? Yeah, let's do that. Taking all this land from Ottomans should keep us with pretty high power projection. It certainly doesn't hurt to keep it moving upward. Let's reduce that down so that we don't get the bad events. And now we've finally got everything completely cored, or at least coring, in the case of Amasya. I've got some time to spare because we can't invade Ottomans for another 6 years. Morocco and Brunei, so they lost 2 allies when we attacked them last time and their allies refused to protect them. I would be surprised if Brunei is willing to protect them. They put our ulama too high. Could give them cash if we wanted to get it higher. Now we've got nearly 5,000 ducats again, and we're making 82 per month while paying full maintenance for our forts and army. So that's pretty nice. Okay, who do we want to buddy up to now? Maybe Tlemcen. Ottomans have Morocco. Morocco has fallen on hard times. Looks like Ragusa is helping out in this war, so we'll have a little bit of contribution, but not much, 1%. Maybe we should start getting our troops into place for this next invasion of Ottomans. Okay, did Spain? Yeah, Spain became a vassal of France. Do we really care about those? Not really. Bamani's Commonwealth. Yeah, let's get Bamani's as a rival. These guys are going to come back in a couple months and then we'll embargo Bamani's. Okay, now we have a few ships, and we're going to hunt pirates in the Tunis node to protect this area. Eventually, we'll increase that fleet. Switch the Muscovies over. And Muscovy is our rival again, so let's go ahead and issue an embargo. Are they attacking Scandinavia? We could potentially ally Scandinavia, but we could also just enforce peace and beat up on Muscovy. See how many years until we can invade Ottomans. 4. Okay, I think this video, this video is 41 minutes in there. Sorry for the longer video. I'm going to stop it here.